introduction. We don't need no introduction today. We don't need no introduction. I'm gonna tell you why we don't need no introduction. We got a special guest bestie co-host by the name of Mobettaaa. And if you don't know, I need a clap. I need an applause for this guest right here. I really do. Shay, when I say that, you got to play the sound. You got to play the sound, Shay.
Oh, you're the host now, Lee, so you would have to do that.
Fuck.
Yeah,
look at the sound.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's media.
Where them sounds at? Oh, fuck yeah.
We keeping this.
Okay.
Oh, shit, she's in charge of it now. Damn.
Oh, yes. 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 Let me tell you, if you don't know, Mo, actually, let Reed just make this introduction because they go all the way back to Towson. They go all the way back to, what was it, 2007, 2008 in Towson together?
2008.
Can you please introduce Mo and let them know if they don't know?
Well, first of all, it's been 15 years, okay? It's been 15 years of friendship, of all the things. She's seen us in so many different situations. Boys, parties, clubs, college, the beach,
Fights.
Ocean City, fights. Don't forget the fights. Sometimes we're fighting men, sometimes we're fighting women. You never know what's going down. But she was always there. She was always right there, smack in the middle of it all, and loving it, by the way.
Loving it. I'm so honored to be with my besties, my millennial besties.
Yes.
I've known Lee just as long. We've all
Hey, welcome, bestie.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. I can't believe I'm here. This is my first ever podcast. So I'm very honored and excited, and I need to keep.
We're honored. We're honored to have you.
Thank you. We really are. We really are. I want to take a moment to just talk about how amazing Mo is and what she's on out here in LA with us. Mo, tell us who you are. Well, you tell us.
I'm really bad at talking about myself. But so I do freelance tailoring.
Please don't be modest.
Well, okay, so our other best friend, Britt, who we love.
Yes.
Love Britt, and we love baby Kaya. Congratulations. We can't wait to spend the rest of your life together with you. But yeah, so she moved out here right after we graduated and got into stunts and on set, and mentioned to me that there was a wardrobe department, and she knew that I was making clothes in college. My mom had gotten me like a really cheap little machine, and I was just playing around, but it really was a passion of mine, and she knew that. So she let me know that there was other options out there, and like, hey, if you ever come to Cali, like, there's a whole other world. And so I did. And I got into the wardrobe department, and then I saw these really cool tailors sitting there behind their machines, and I'm like, that's gonna be me. So I just got under some really great mentors who taught me a lot, and now I'm getting to like literally live my dream. I mean, I pull up to set. I never know what I'm gonna do that day. It's always a surprise, and I'm always on my toes, and every single day is different. And I think that's what I love the most, because that's me. Like, I love the freedom and the change that happens daily in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to create that out here. And so LA will always hold like a special place in my heart, and my girls and everyone that's helped me along the way. So yeah, I'm just very blessed. I'm very happy to be here. And now I'm on a freaking podcast with my girls.
Now you're on a podcast.
Life is good. Life is good.
Life is good. We can't complain. We can't complain. First of all, I feel like it's going to be really challenging and fun during this podcast, because us three together plus Shay, like you never know what's coming out of any of.
To the viewers who don't know us, probably think that we're well behaved. We're not. We're censoring ourselves a lot on this so that we don't get canceled, and we don't embarrass our families, and we don't get fired from our 9-to-5 jobs. But you know, me, Mo, and Reed, we go way back. So bear with us. You know what I'm saying? If we show our ass here and there, just you know, show your ass too, maybe a little bit if you're listening.
Yes. No judgment. This is no judgment zone.
But
that's what it's for.
No judgment.
No judgment. No judgment. And I just want to, not to size Mo even more, but I got to. I watched this girl bring her sewing machine to my house. And my husband is a huge Buffalo Bills fan. And he was like, yo, can she make me some shorts? I was like, you know what? Let me ask. And this girl busted out that sewing machine, took an old Buffalo Bills jersey that he couldn't fit anymore, and in like 3 hours made these bomb ass shorts that he wears like every other night because they're his favorite shorts.
He gave me 2 bomb ass tattoos that I love. And I made him some shorts, and I was like, "This is how artists should be. Like, we exchange art. Yes.
Yeah.
Barter with your art.
Bartering at its finest.
That was a really, really dope experience. I love that.
Listen, right now we're going to do our rapid Kiki segment. We used to have It's Time to Kiki. We're now going to run through this, and this is the time where I basically run through current events, cultural impacts, what's new, etc. Right? So join on in, get your cup of tea, like me.
I love this.
And enjoy the ride. Okay, so first, for the first topic, I just want to, you guys know Elon Musk.
Yes,
right?
we do.
Maury.
We know the man. We know
Shay,
the man.
Familiar with Elon Musk too, right?
Legend. Yes.
So basically, he has, I'm just going to keep this short and sweet, right? I'm not going to go into the science of it, but long story short, has created like an implant that can be put in the brain to enable direct connection to your computer or your phone so that you can control via thought, right? Now just let that sink in. I'm not going to go into further detail beyond that, but like I'm getting iRobot vibes. I'm getting like, me personally, that kind of scares the shit out of me, but in a way it's like a person that, you know, maybe is extremely impaired and can't communicate verbally. It could be a cool thing for them. But then I just think about all these crazy people in the world, like, y'all, Mo and Ree and Shay, please give me your thoughts on that real quick.
They won approval from the FDA last year to run its first clinical trials in humans. So they recruited paralyzed volunteers. And since then, he said that, you know, that's been going on. And the process of it requires drilling a hole in the skull and like penetrating the brain. Oof. And they've done this on animals, and it has shown that it has shown in animals that it's done real damage. So it's interesting that it's gotten approved.
Wait, it's done damage.
First of all, I don't think we should be doing that to animals.
Yeah. First of all.
Yeah, they have shown brain damage in their animal trials.
Wow.
Would you guys ever do that, Mo or Ree? Would you, like, just so that you can be able to communicate directly through your technology? Would you do that?
I don't love technology
and
enough.
Why, if you would?
I don't love technology enough to do that. But I do think that's where this is heading. I mean, they've been talking about putting chips in people for the longest time, and now here we are. Like, honestly, I think maybe right now it's still very dangerous to do, even if it is FDA approved. But I feel like 10, 15, even 20 years from now, it very well may be the norm. You know, they might chip us when we come out the womb. I feel like that's what they ultimately want anyway. Like, it's going to be so normalized. Like, the cell phones weren't normalized before, but now we can't live without them. So what's the difference between a brain chip, you know?
And it's just like an interesting snowball to start pushing down a mountain, because once you start this thoughts to technology connection, I mean, what separates the human, like, at that point? Because now we are a robot.
Exactly.
Thoughts are a robot. And we all know, like, our phone is essentially not a walking, but like our extension of ourselves. It's our robot, and all it needs is legs and arms, and it's us walking around. So like, we are there. It's just like, how deep are we about to be, like, before our time passes and our kids' time? Like, where are they about to be? Like, this next generation of kids, like, will they have robots in the classroom as students?
Oh, for sure.
You know, like, I don't know. I'm taking it always too far, but
will we have jobs?
I mean,
will we have jobs? They're gonna have robots.
I saw a documentary recently that was saying, like, it was about the evolution of humans, and they were predicting that like 1,000 years in the future, or even 500 or 100 years from the future, they're talking about, like, there may come a time where people don't work and robots are doing everything, and we are just out here living. What's our purpose?
But are we meant to work all day? Like, I don't know.
I don't think so.
Is it gonna make it better?
No, but I don't think they're meant to be here.
I feel like, honestly, here's me, because, you know, I get a little deep in there sometimes, but I feel like if they don't need us anymore, they will want to discard of us. And by don't get me started, because you know how I am with my, and that's what makes me nervous. Like, because obviously we don't work, you don't have money. In this system, you need money to survive, or maybe a chip to survive. Probably won't be paper money anymore, whatever it's going to become. And I mean, I don't fear anything really but God. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying that it overwhelms me. Maybe it's my moon in Gemini. I don't know. Oh no.
My
too.
fear is
Oh,
like
yeah,
just
you
a
know.
deeper connection away from the earth that we're on. Like if
Yeah.
that's gonna be just the full theme moving forward, like a completely digital society, there are aspects of it that are dope, but like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
more it advances, it like makes you think like, are we gonna even go outside one day?
Yeah.
Like that's super tinfoily, but damn.
No, but in that point, like we don't really deserve to be
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
We're not honoring it.
We're not doing what we
Yeah.
came here to do.
Exactly. And with that being said, guys, I'm just saying, it's trippy.
What?
Anyways, with that being said, on a more serious note, but I feel like this kind of ties into these billion-dollar tech businesses. So on a serious note, there's a ongoing issue that, you know, the people in the tech businesses that make billions of dollars, they get a huge part of their natural resource from this place in Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo. 70% of our world cobalt mining reserves come from there. All rich tech giants from Google to Tesla benefit, while a lot of the local native people are suffering via child slave labor. Not to mention a war that's been going on years. There's been about 7 million people that have been displaced. 6 million people have actually been killed since 19. More than 40,000 children are working as child slave laborers for less than $2 a day. And because of war, women are usually a great casualty in that. Rape is running rancid, where it's being reported that like 48 rapes happen per hour, used as a weapon for war. And a lot of the war is happening because of these minerals that are over there. But then there's so much war and conflict and poverty. And it's like a lot of the local people are suffering, yet, you know, like I'll say no names, but a lot of these giant techs that are creating a lot of these technological advances, the computer we're on, the Apple phone that we all have, the Tesla that we're driving, you know, these people are getting their resources from places like Congo. And these people right now are in an extreme crisis and no one's helping them. No one. So I just wanted to take the time to, on a serious note, to basically bring attention to that, because I don't see a lot of our news, you know, bringing attention to that. And I think they need help ultimately. I'm not saying everybody's, you know, stop using your computers, because that's not realistic, but like these people do need help right now. They're being displaced. They don't have anywhere to go. They're starving in a lot of the situations. So at the end of this, or if it's the video or on our social media, we will post a link of a place where you can actually go to donate, to help, to find out more as to what we can do to help the people that are really, really being affected by a lot of technology advances that we unfortunately are getting our sources from. For those technology advances, it comes at a cost. Just to answer your question, Shay, to go back with what you're saying, like how is this going to work with the earth? How is this working with our planet?
Yeah.
The more that we demand, the more we're taken away and sucking away from the earth. Like it's just, and it has a cost. Like money causes war. Let's be real about it. Not to get real deep, and like there's effects. So we gotta think about that as people. You guys have any comments about that? I'm not trying to get real dark, but I did want to bring attention to it.
The stability of the West is at the expense of any country in Africa or some countries, you know, just in the Eastern Hemisphere in general. Majority of the time when you see America talking about how unstable these places are and they have to move in, there's a global system of hierarchy where people, there's a global system of hierarchy where people, you know which places they can exploit and no one will care about. This has been going on since forever. There's been multiple genocides in the DRC.
Here's a fact. Specifically in Congo, it's the Chinese and Israel. Israel gets a lot of diamonds and gold. We're not just talking cobalt. It's gold, diamonds, and then Chinese are benefiting from a lot of the other natural minerals. I think coltan, natural mineral resource, and cobalt, which are two. It's just a lot. So whether it's the US or whether it's a Chinese or Israel, like you can't just be taken and devastating. It has a consequence. And it's like, since they're getting rich off of it, they don't care about the consequence, but I do. So I'm just going to bring attention to it. And then on a lighter note, we're going to go ahead and move forward to something else. Shay, can you please let them know about the US TikTok ban, please? What the hell?
Yeah. So last week, the U.S. House passed a bill that would ban TikTok from operating in America or force a sale that poses a very serious threat to the popular short form video platform. Essentially, the House passed a bill with like damn near a record breaking number of everyone being on the same page, 352 to 65, with one member voting present, showing wide bipartisanship support. It now heads to the Senate, so TikTok is not banned yet, but the fate is more uncertain at the moment. Bills usually do not have this much support, which is, I think, why it's a bigger deal, to sum it up, because people get shot every day going to school and they can't get it together and vote on that. You know, they try to take women's rights away. They can't get together and vote on that, but they want to ban TikTok. Why? I think because they say the rationale is that China can sell our data, but they sell our data. Anytime you get a phone call from a weird number, it's because a nigga sold your data.
Yes.
Yes. And so,
and I get those calls 10 times a day.
Yeah. So
it's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, they've been going
really
crazy.
going on. What are you so mad about?
Right, Mo?
I'm sorry. This whole thing, I mean, it's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's all strategic. Everything has a big fucking purpose, and it's always dollar motivated.
Yeah, I think it's the timing of it, though. Like Mo said, is strategic. Like, it's an election year, and there's a lot of information on that app, and it's not like on Facebook and Instagram now. You post certain stuff, and they'll have the little warnings up, and they are more censored. TikTok isn't. There are censorships on there, but it's not as censored about this kind of stuff, and I do think it's a tactic.
Yeah, that's it right there. It just hit me.
You never know.
I had a light bulb moment just now. Yeah. I mean,
everything that happens this year.
They better not be doing this, but I feel like they are. Like, TikTok is it not the number one most used app? It's probably the number one most used app by Gen Z, who are having more voting power than ever, starting this year especially. And what better way to, shut things down or spread misinformation, or not spread any misinformation, or just not spread information, period, or have control over the message by shutting down one of the biggest platforms for communication amongst that group of people. That's insane. I didn't even think about that.
And then a lot of people make their money from TikTok. A lot of people in a way, it's like, okay, I do think that there's an addiction problem. I think there's a lot of people that are addicted to TikTok
on
right
one
now.
end.
So on one end, it's like almost like with COVID, it forced a lot of us to have to go into nature and just sit down and do things that we wouldn't normally do because we weren't allowed to really go outside, right? So like if it does ban, we're gonna have to figure out another way to entertain ourselves. There could be, but other than that, it's like, nah, you're trying to control too, like,
It's the
big. What were you about to say?
I honestly forget.
Yeah.
No,
for me, it's the bigger picture.
Yeah, it's the bigger picture. That's why I always, especially politically.
It's the bigger picture.
Well, I also just think what scares me the most, honestly,
For sure,
are the cyber attacks that I think are going to continue to happen. I know this is like a different thing, but it's all political, right? Like, I think that we're going to start to see a lot more banks shutting down, like, our apps aren't going to work, our money's going to like go to zero and then come back, and like we're going to have a lot of freaky stuff happen with our phones and not being able to communicate the way we're used to. And I think we really have to prepare for that, like a whole week of like not being able to call each other, or not being able to use the internet at all, like including maps and emails and everything else. Like I think that's coming sooner than we think, and like more often than we think. Like, and it already is, but it's all strategic.
And
there's all
I agree.
Yeah. So I think that freaks me the fuck out.
It's very strategic. But I will say this. Us as millennials, we know what it's like to not have a phone.
We're the only ones out here who will be able to survive.
There's a weird part of me that it excites me.
We might be able to.
What excites me too. I thought
the newer generation, they're not gonna even.
No, I mean
it's not like it's gonna get crazy, but.
I mean, we're gonna get excited. We're gonna be like childhood. Oh yeah, you have to like run to the neighbor's house and knock on the window and like do things you had to do back then.
I'm just thinking though, like I remember how it was in LA when the pandemic hit. So I can only imagine what it's gonna be like in these big cities, Miami, here, when something like this comes.
Especially that bank. I'm telling you, the banks are gonna fucking fall.
And then what? And when the money doesn't, when the money is not available and we don't have cash on us, because who really carries cash at this point? But like, when that shit hits the fan, That's when
That's
the guns
strategic
start coming
too, by the
out.
way. That's strategic too.
Yeah, exactly. That's when the guns come out.
Purge.
The real purge. Yes, the real purge. Exactly.
We just gotta buckle up.
I'm going to
ladies.
Africa. I'm going to Africa, or I'm going to an island. I'm not going to stay here in America for no purge.
Yeah.
Listen.
I'm
I'm a
going to
descendant of.
Costa
I'm a
Rica.
descendant of slavery. I don't want to. I don't want to be a slave again.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I
They put me back on the cotton field. God damn it.
Alrighty then.
I'm not doing it.
It's time for bees and the birds. How many people we get the bees and the birds? Shall we?
Hey, let's go.
Bees and the birds. Oh, thank you.
Please, hurry up. I don't know how. I don't know how.
This is a big one.
This is great. Okay, so if anybody doesn't remember, Bees and the Birds, aka Birds and the Bees on our pod, is all about romance, relationships, love, sex. Basically, our time to have a little bit of girl talk with a
Hide
little
your wife, hide your kids, get the kids out of the room.
hide your wife, hide your kids, all of it. And today's topic is very specific. I think we will all have some really interesting perspectives. Today, we're going to talk about cougars, polyamory,
Oh
and
shit.
cheating.
Oh shit.
So,
That's a lot. That's a lot.
let's start
hell
with you.
no. Hell motherfucking no.
All right, ho. Let's go. All right, let's start with cougars, okay? So Drea Michelle, as you may know, she's an actress, or she's a reality star or singer or what?
She's a business owner.
She's a
Reality
business
star
owner?
actress.
Business owner,
yeah.
reality star,
Yeah.
actress, triple hitter, triple threat, 39 years old. She's pregnant by Jalen Green, who's 22, and Joey Chavis, 35, is pregnant by Trayvon Diggs, who is 25. So we've got like ladies right here who have 17-year age differences between their self and their partner. So how do you feel about a younger? Is that
17
17,
and
30?
10, yeah.
17 and 10, yeah. So I mean,
Can I just
Yeah,
say
okay.
this?
well,
Can I
yeah,
just
how do
say
you feel?
this?
How do you feel about
I just want
having
to
a
say
younger
this. I just
partner?
want to say
Let's hear it.
this. I personally, if I was single, could not be with no young ass nigga. Like, they're too immature. I'm not dealing with that fuck shit. I'm not
For
dealing with it. Been
context,
there.
these
I'm
are athletes that they got pregnant by.
I don't give a damn.
Oh,
Just
okay.
I don't
saying.
give a
Next
damn
we
if they're
have Greg.
athlete. I'm not dealing with a young 20-year-old. I'm not dealing with a young 20-year-old. I'm so glad I'm not in my 20s anymore having to deal with them. I'm good. But I will say this. A lot of older niggas do this shit all the time. How many old niggas you see with a little fine ass 25-year-old thing and the nigga walk around 60? Because he got money and he done got her pregnant. Do I agree with that? Not necessarily. I'm just saying we see older men do this all the time. I'm out here in Miami. I'm always seeing an older dude with a young woman.
I feel like
So
we
I
see it
can't
out here
like
in
be
LA
like,
too.
I think it's, of course you see it in LA. Oh, vroom, vroom, vroom,
Yeah,
vroom.
speaking of LA,
But you know,
right outside our
Little dick energy.
yeah, little dick energy. Exactly.
but I just want to put that as a disclaimer. It's like, would I personally date a younger guy and get pregnant by a younger guy? No, but I can't. Can I like bash Dre and them for doing it when it's all these older guys that do it all the time and get these younger women pregnant? You know, like what do you? I don't know. I just want to say that real quick. I just want to throw it out there.
I want to hear what Mo
Yeah,
has to say about this.
I wouldn't bash.
Oh, we're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, Mo better let us know.
No, this one really had me a little bit nervous. So yeah, like I'm turning red. I'm getting a little hot. Okay, so my opinion will probably be unpopular, but I personally,
Let's hear it.
I think, like Shay kind of mentioned, it is important to look at the dudes we're speaking about because, yes, they're in their 20s. However, they are athletes, and there's a thing about athletes, like they're talking about the girls being the groomers, but with athletes, unfortunately, a lot of these young male athletes and female, they have been being groomed from like a young age, like from grown men. You know what I mean? Because they know that
Sure.
these kids are talented. They have dollar signs on them. So like these kids are mature. Not to call them kids. They're in their 20s.
Yeah.
But they are of a mature set.
Yeah.
And I think like women and this younger generation's just a little bit softer. Like they're a little bit more in touch with things and emotions. And I think women in our 30s, we're tired of dealing with men in their 30s because I think they're still stuck in the traditional man mindset, but they also kind of want to break into the new male mindset. So in a weird way, all I have to say is I think some of these 20-year-olds are decent and they are dateable. And
they're mature enough. They're mature enough and they're capable.
And I think they bring a certain element to a woman in their 30s that can just let the woman be free and soft. And I think it does bring out a different energy in these women. I'm just going to say that. That's all.
Well,
okay.
Well, all right.
It seems like they may be a little more appreciated.
Yeah, I do.
I think these women, if you really sat down and talked to them, there is a reason why they're with these guys.
Yeah.
And it's a good one. I think.
First of all, we know why. Let's be real. You with a 23-year, you know what he's doing.
Contract.
Wait, I hear Shay in the background.
It is clear why.
Yeah. I mean, why not? You know, when they get older, they
can keep up with that.
No shade, but you know, when they get older, they have some of these issues. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when they're younger, it's like, all right, you're still.
I hate to say it, but a lot of guys say they date younger women because they don't want to deal with the baggage, and maybe it's the same thing. Yeah. Maybe women are sick of dealing with the male baggage too.
Yeah, that's true.
These motherfuckers are carrying a lot of heartbreak and like mommy issues and daddy issues that they will not face,
and they're not dealing with it. That's the issue.
This is facts.
Yeah.
So I just think there might be a little bit.
I gotta say, I'm so scarred from dating 20-year-olds. When I was in my 20s, I was dating other 20-year-olds, and they were all. I ain't gonna say no names, but traumatized.
I think
that is true.
It's not funny.
That's our group. I think these other 20-year-olds are just.
I don't know what they like now.
You've been out the game a long time. I'm telling you.
The game.
I'm telling you.
And I haven't tested the one. Shay, how old your man? Sorry.
Shay's not single though. Her nigga is in his 30s.
Yeah, he's
Shay's niggas in his 30s.
But I personally also was traumatized by niggas in their 20s.
I'm so glad that I'm not in my 20s anymore dealing with other 20-year-olds. But I see, because things have changed. The times are very different. And I see where Mo's coming from with that. Me personally, though, to have his baby, because it's like, dang, are they mature, though? They might be able to you know.
That is a different story.
Dang, like I'm carrying your kid and like
fuck fatherhood. He's outside.
Yeah, because he's not. I don't think. Like, is he gonna be? Because you know she gonna want him in the house with the baby, and it's like, yo, he just got hair on his nuts, like only 5 years ago, for real. Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa did it though.
I don't know. I don't mind that.
When they got together, he's like what? I don't even know how old he is.
Yeah,
I think he was in his late 20s and she or like early 30s, but it was still a huge age gap. And like they had 2 kids and they were in love for a minute. So like I think it's possible. I think if love's really there, I'm just saying, me personally, yes, I would let my fears get in the way. I don't know if I could get knocked up by a 20-something-year-old. Like, because like he gonna be outside, I feel like, and that's no shade to him. Like, to be honest with you, at that age, you should be exploring.
Yeah, exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah,
and you also have to wonder too, like, as the older person, are you potentially like robbing them of that experience when you're trying to when you're having a baby?
That's what I would feel like. I would feel like that's what I would be doing.
I don't want to speak on it
because you are coming at it from a totally different perspective. Yeah, you can see a lot more than they can see.
Yeah.
So that you do have a little bit of a responsibility to like take care of their innocence. Yeah, this feels rough now.
No, but it's real.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Like, you are as the older person, right? Let's say if I'm in my 30s, I'm 37. So if I'm dating somebody who's 21, right? I at this ripe age know I have a really good idea of what the implications are of having a child, what the responsibilities are, that it's not just a one and done thing. This is a lifetime commitment, like all of the nuances, right? And I'm not even a parent, so I can't even really speak fully on what that's going to be like. But a 21-year-old, remember when we were 21? Like, I think we were just dodging bullets, really. And trying to think about it.
Not.
You know what I mean? To be a parent at that age,
y'all. When we were 21, we were putting ourselves in danger all the time. Like, let alone having. I mean, there are young moms who do it, and applause to them, and applause to the young guys that do it too. But at that age, I just was not fit to be a parent. I'll be honest with you. Not at all.
Same. And then the other thing you have to
Not
think
to say
about
that
is
these young men won't, but
exactly.
Yeah.
I think the other thing to think about too is like when you have that age gap, and no shade to the men out there, and the man is the younger one, like does there ever come to a point where like, you know, she starts to really start looking her age or feeling her age? Like, are they still going to be attracted to that when they're still in their youth at that point? Like, are they going to want somebody? Because right, it's different when like, I'm sure Drea is like still popping off and XYZ regardless of her age right now, but think like 10 years from now.
yeah, she still looks good. She still looks good.
Yeah, but we all know that doesn't last necessarily. You know, maybe in LA and Miami it might last a little bit longer. But
beauty doesn't
you
last
know what I
forever.
mean? And then you have to think about the cheating and like then maybe to mitigate that, do you like bring in somebody else into the relationship to keep the bond going? And speaking of bringing in other people, I want to talk about something else.
Oh, polyamory.
Yeah, polyamory. You know polyamory.
Like speaking about polyamory.
I am, as a matter of fact.
Oh shit.
As a matter of fact.
About poly.
Let's talk about poly. Love it. Okay, so wait, before we get into it, I want to just speak on the actual definition of polyamory for folks who may not be fully familiar. Polyamory, or consensual non-monogamy. Yes, polyamory or consensual non-monogamy is the practice of having multiple intimate relationships, whether sexual or just romantic, with the full knowledge and consent of all parties involved.
Love that.
Polyamory is generally not gender specific. Anyone can have multiple partners of any gender. Thoughts and personal experiences, please speak up. I have something to say, but
I think Mo wants to speak.
Y'all first.
I think Mo got something to say.
Gotta go. Okay. All right. Oh my God, my mom's gonna see this. But all right. I'll be honest with you. I have not participated in a polyamory relationship, but I think at times when I was at my most single, especially when I was back east and my life was different, I considered it at times. Like I had a friend or two who maybe proposed that to me, and I was like, I never got, never took it there. But like to me at the time, I wasn't really ready to commit to anybody. And like all humans are human. We want companionship. We want like that experience from somebody else. And I'm like, well, if it's a situation where I can come and get what I need, like everybody wants to get their needs met, right? So like if I can come and get my needs met here and then go off and do my own thing and everybody's, feeling good about it, I mean, why not? I mean, I don't know that we as humans are really necessarily meant to be monogamous, like animals aren't monogamous. Right. And I mean, there might be a handful of them, but I don't know. I don't know. The older that I get, sometimes I am like, maybe I think in this time in life, in this world, people, the beauty of now is everybody has the ability to make up their relationship any way that they want. And if they want to go that way, they can go that way. If that works for you. But I'm not going to just like slam the door shut on polyamory. But I also know myself. And if I'm really, if I'm really feeling it and I'm really feeling you, I don't usually want to share. But I'm in a long-term relationship, so things change over the years, and maybe there's room to be flexible. I don't know, but that's my take. What do y'all?
I'm just glad the conversation's being had because I think for a long time, even like especially in my 30s, like monogamy just doesn't feel all the way right all the time for me, and I think that it's real. Instead of feeling alone, I like that it's part of the conversation. Like we're seeing it more and people are just open to the conversation. So that's where I'm at with it. Like, I'm just happy it's part of it. I don't necessarily know where I fall. I'm open to anything and everything. And I like the idea. I just love freedom. I love people having the choice to do what they want. And I think that's important. And I think my mom always says this, and I think it's true. I think every relationship should check in every 10 years. And I, again, haven't been in a long one, so I don't even know what that means necessarily. But I think this is one of those things where you could check in 10 years and be like, hey, how do you feel about adding another person? And why not have that conversation?
I can speak on that.
Yeah.
Just to see. And we all change, and we're allowed to change. We're allowed to be free. We're supposed to be free, and we're supposed to change. And your partner should love all of that about you. You know what I mean? And I think adding another person shouldn't create so much of a war between you if it's strong. And it's a conversation, and I'm happy.
I would like to speak on that, and I kind of agree with where you're going with that. Very well said. I would like to add to that into you know, checking in. I've been in a relationship that's longer than 10 years. And to be honest with you, it's not that I necessarily desire to be with other men and he necessarily desires to be with other women. Alex is very jealous. He's an Aquarius. I like that shit though.
I love
him.
Aquarius.
So I kind of, you know what I'm saying? I'm Aries. I like when he be like, yeah. But
yeah.
at the end of the day, I have had to check in with him because he is a man. He's a good man. He has not cheated on me, but you know, I could tell in certain instances he may have found a woman attractive. And I'm a crazy ass bitch, right? At the end of the day. Let me rephrase that. I'm a crazy ass woman.
Down ass life.
My thing is, and this is how I've always let me go back to before I got married. My issue with niggas over time is I'm on whatever you're on. I believe in equality. So
that's
you know, a lot of times the dude is, I'm just saying, a lot of times the dudes in my past want to have their cake and eat it too. And I'm just like, okay, well, I can do it too. So like, you know, we can do this. Technically, that'd be polyamory. You can date outside, I'll date outside, but they're just doing it in the dark. I'm finding out about some girl that she's mad about me. I don't even know about her. Mind you, like STDs are out there. So it's like, I need to know if you're having sex with other people, type shit. And I just feel like a lot of guys don't go about the conversation at all. They're just trying to be sneaky about it because guess what? Why I'm bringing this up and going into my marriage now, you know, I have checked in with my husband like, hey, I feel like you found this girl attractive. You know what I'm saying? Are you interested in other women? Because if so, I understand that. But you know, have you thought about polyamory? Would you want to do that? But just so you know, if you can date other women that you're attracted to, I can date other niggas that I'm attracted to. And guess what?
Fair is fair.
A lot of the men that I've dealt with in the past, and they don't. My husband shut that shit down so quick. He was like, "Fuck no."
That's really all you gotta say.
He can't handle the thought. He can't handle the thought. Even like, and most of the dudes that I have been with in the past, thank God they're in the past, and I have who I have now. There's no comparison. The guy I have now is fucking amazing. But what I'm saying is, I've brought like that to their attention. They just want to, like, I don't know if it's the history that I have and the type of dudes I attracted. Like, they just want to have me be their like trophy and then do their shit on the side. Whereas we could have an open conversation of like, okay, what are the boundaries here? Do you want to practice in polyamory? We'll have a relationship, but like we have a respectful side, you know, thing with our other people. We keep it respectful. But no, they just want to be sneaky and I got to find out about bitches and shit. And then they get mad if I'm like talking to another nigga. It's like, you know, all that could have been avoided. Going back to what Mo was saying, if we just have a conversation about the boundaries and maybe polyamory would work for this relationship. I could say for my marriage, I did do that check-in. My nigga was like, fuck no. And to be honest with you, I'm crazy as hell. Like, I don't really want to share either. However, if my nigga, you know, I had the conversation like, hey, if you find other women attractive, do you want to? Just so you know, though, I'm going to do it too.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't going to just be you. Like,
I remember I met a couple once. They were from Toronto, and they tried open relationships, and they both tried it, and then said no, it didn't work, and then they're back together. And I thought that was cool. Like, that as a couple, you could navigate that whole thing together, and then come back together and be like, you know what, that didn't really work. And like, how fire is that? Yeah. And if it's really your best friend, that conversation shouldn't be that hard. You should want that person to be happy
and be honest
and be in love. And I think that, at least for me, I've dated so many, all my relationships are ego based. I've realized, like, the second I meet someone that is not led by ego, I'll know he's the one, because for now it's just been like, you're mine, and you know,
say that again. Say that again, Mo. Say that again, Mo. Say that again.
Right into the mic.
All of my relationships have been ego based, because that sucks. But no, yeah.
No, after that,
he's the one when he's leading with love and compassion and like understanding of who I am and he's me.
That's real. That's really real.
Mm-hmm. Truly,
that's really real.
Truly. Yeah, I think one thing we've all
did you guys see that episode of Insecure?
I've been
sorry to interrupt.
Oh yes,
did you see that one episode?
Yes.
So where she was dating the guy who they were friends, and then they had sex, and he was like, "Yo, me and my girl in a polyamorous relationship. It's cool, but like, then you got to think about the person that's on the outside of this serious relationship." And she was just basically, you know. It can get complicated. That episode was really
that made me so excited too, just to see stuff like that play out on the screen, and then like know it's real, and know people are actually living these lives. It just excites me, because like we can not all be the same. We can be different and operate.
That is huge.
Everybody has their own different needs.
I agreed. And I one thing I do hope for our society, as we continue to evolve, is like, who said, as complex as we are as people, that there is a one size fits all approach to life, especially when it comes down to monogamy, marriage, all of that. Like, think about how complex you are as an individual. Think about the 8 billion people that are on this planet. Like, the possibilities are infinite at this point about what love means to you and what a relationship means to you. So why in the hell, at least in our culture, is this one path to happiness like the only way to go? Like, to me, that's crazy. The numbers just don't add up if you think about it from that perspective too. So I don't know, man. We're complicated beings. We are complicated beings, and we feel many things.
And we're loud.
And we are allowed to.
And we all have different spirits. I think people forget the spiritual aspect. People forget the spiritual aspect. We all have different spirits in us, and what works for my spirit is not going to be necessarily what works for another person's spirit. Like, it's all about getting your customized needs met. Like, everyone's different. Marriage ain't going to work for everybody. Polyamory ain't going to work for everybody. Cheating ain't going to work for everybody. Cheating ain't going to work for me. Oh, did I segue into something?
I was about to say, speaking of cheating, we want to talk about cheating. I want to talk about cheating for a second, because one, I think cheating can be defined as many different things to many different people. Oh yeah, the glasses are coming on. So I specifically want to know, like, what do you guys define as cheating in your monogamous and or polyamorous relationships? Because the thing is, I'm gonna let y'all go first because I got a lot to say about this shit.
Let the two single girls go.
Yeah, let the two single girls.
I don't know about
that. I'll say
y'all go first.
I'll say for me, cheating, and I feel like when I was younger, I had a very I had a lot. I was more strict about what cheating is, if that makes sense. When I was younger, I think I was more, because when you think about love, and we've talked about this, we've all talked about this. When you think about love, I don't think love is to possess the other person. Like we said, it's to have the freedom, and you can't control another person. Like, that's the last thing anybody should be trying to do, because it's fucking exhausting as it is. But when I think about cheating, back in the day, any little thing for me was like, oh, you DM'd her, or you looked at her, well, not even looked, but like
liked her picture,
or I saw you texting somebody back and forth or whatever. It's really weird for me to say, and I'm also haven't been in that many relationships, but I don't know. I feel like I'm more like loose with it now. Not loose, but I feel like I'm more lenient in a sense, because I'm more realistic. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm more realistic in a sense because like, I'm only one person. So I can't fight you on IG, TikTok, Snapchat, bitches at work, walking out on the street. I can't be in all these different places.
Don't forget the exes.
And
the exes are always the ones you need to worry about.
The exes, family members, the baggage. Like, I don't have the bandwidth to be chasing all those different lanes down and still stay straight up here and still be after my fucking money. You know what I mean? I can't do all of it. So I'm not saying I excuse cheating or whatever we define as cheating, but certain things at this point, I'm like, I probably could get over it as long as you don't lie about it. I think the lying and the deception to me after the fact is what makes me the most mad. And that's what caused me to not trust. But like, I mean, think about it. Like, we're all free spirits on this call. How many situations and scenarios have we been in where, whether we're in a relationship or not, we catch a vibe with somebody just based off chemistry or spirit alone? So it's like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're human, But I think if we can think about it a little bit differently, especially as women, like, it'll cause us so much less heartache. You know what I mean? Like, honestly.
Facts.
But I think it also depends on the relationship too, because like, marriage versus dating is one thing. Dating versus just talking or just,
say it loud,
hanging out is different too. So it's like, I think it really depends on the person and communicating what the boundaries are, like you said earlier. Boundaries are huge, and establishing that up front.
I just got to chime in and add to that.
Go ahead, chime.
I got to chime in and add to that, because that's exactly what it is for me. I've been in maybe 4 major relationships.
Yeah.
Probably the first 2 relationships that meant the most, where I'm really learning about love, I got cheated on. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, it's not so much about the other girl, like you're saying, like that sucks. But women, we're so strong. Like visually, we can picture you fucking another bitch or having a sex with another female, however you want to put it. And you know what? Get mad, but let it go. A nigga can't let that shit go. A nigga cannot picture another nigga fucking you. They will break. They will break, or they will try to break you. Like they can't handle it. And women, we're so strong, we can handle a lot. But the like what you were saying, Ree, it's the lie. Why do I gotta find out from her? Why do I gotta find out from anybody else? Like you couldn't even like let me know. Like that's the shit that be really, like being in the dark. Being in the dark. And I gotta be honest with you. Not that I'm proud of it, but because I know I'm not perfect too, because I know we're all human, and because most importantly, in those relationships, I loved those people at the time, right? I'm a person that believes that you should give somebody a second chance if they cheat.
Yeah.
But not a third.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I feel like first time you fucked up, if I let you know this is my boundaries and I'm like, hey, I can't deal with that, and you do it again to me anyways, knowing that it hurts me, that's just disrespectful. And then it's like me being an Aries, when I get disrespected, I have to disrespect you even worse after. And I've done that. So and I have become a horrible person in those previous relationships where the guy cheated me. I'm like, oh, this is what you're gonna just hurt me? Like I'm talking about, and I forgave them. Let me see. I mean, one relationship, the guy cheated on me at least like 10 times. At least 10. By the 10th time, I finally I switched, and I was like, I'm about to get him back. And I'm not proud of it. But I'm saying these are the reasons why I am not a fan of cheating. I learned my lesson. I don't participate in cheating now. My husband doesn't cheat on me. We both have let each other know the boundaries of like, I'm not okay with this. This is what I consider cheating. If you do this, it's going to hurt me, and I can't stand for it. And then I've even let my husband know, hey, if you do this to me, so I'm not wrapped too tight up here. Something's a little off. So I'm going to hurt you back. I'm going to get you back. And I know that's not right. So please, let's not do this.
Yeah.
It's healthy to communicate.
What do you guys define as cheating?
I for real. Shit, Mo, take the wheel, because I'll be talking all day.
See, okay, I'm going to just state my opinion. And I heard it from David Beckham said this about Victoria, and it always stuck. Because he was asked about cheating, and I think he maybe has, right? Yeah. But he said, she's my best friend, and I would never want to hurt my best friend. And I think about it like our relationships, right? Like, we are all best friends, and the pain, you would never want to hurt this person in any way. And I think love has to be that. No. And so, like you said, you are allowed to fuck up. We fuck up in friendships, we fuck up in relationships, and that's part of love, is forgiving. And as long as that isn't broken, I don't think cheating necessarily should break a relationship. But cheating, I think, is anything that
I agree.
Would break your partner. If it's gonna hurt them to the point of a heartbreak, then you're cheating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that if you should know your partner well enough to know, like, but that's the thing. You could be with someone for 10 years and they know you're a flirt. So they know if you go out, you're going to flirt with the bartender, you're going to flirt with whatever. And that's not going to break them. So that's not cheating.
Right.
But if you know it's going to break your significant other, then you know you're cheating on them. That's my
No, I think that's a great point. A lot of it is knowing your partner and knowing those boundaries. Yeah. What were we going to say, Lee?
And I think that's a huge reason why me and Alex have made it so far, because I'll be honest, even though in the past with the people that I had relationships with, I can take my part in the blame. Like I didn't set up no boundaries. You know what I mean? By the time I did, they were already like 5 cheats in, you know? Like the first thing I did in this relationship with Alex is let him know, hey, this is my past. This is what I'm not going to do. This is who I am now. This is what I want. I just laid it on the table, and he did the same. And I think, Mo, you're absolutely right. Like letting each other know, like, this is what will hurt me. This is what I'm okay with. This is what, like communication, boundaries, they really matter. They make a huge difference in a relationship. I know my husband's tempted. I know I can be tempted, but I know I will not let another man have sex with me because I will crush my husband. Yeah. I know that my husband's not going to have sex with another woman because I'm going to end up in jail. But then also it'll really hurt me, you know?
Yeah.
Because
I just love
he don't want to hurt me ultimately. He might be a little scared, but
and the second you start viewing your partner as an enemy or as somebody that you could hurt, then you know it's not right. You got to reevaluate why you're together.
Exactly.
You should never want to hurt that person. And the people that I know, like you and Alex and Britt, People that are in love, like, you just know that you would never want to hurt that other person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not intentionally ever. No.
Not intentionally. And you know what is going to send them. Just like you said, you know what is going to be a deal breaker for them. So just like, don't do it.
Absolutely.
Talk about the relationship.
Whereas in my past, I remember a relationship where if you get to a point in a relationship where you're considering like, yo, do I hate or do I love this motherfucker? It's time to go. It's because that's what cheating will do. Like, I remember in my last, I went from being madly in love with this person to being like, yo, I fucking hate this person. Like, because he's hurting me and cheating on me. And I keep telling him I don't like it. And then that's just let it go. As far as cheating too, I think some people need to know when to walk away. Even though I have participated and I'm gonna get you back, don't do the get back. Go. Let them know the boundaries and not respecting it, leave.
Yeah. That's where I'm definitely at now. Like if I were to
I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah. And somebody were to like seriously cheat, which for me will probably be to have sex with somebody else. Like if I don't have children, I feel like when you have kids, it probably really just complicates the whole situation even further. But now if I'm saying right now, if I was in a long-term relationship and somebody, see, that's how I'm growing. I'm growing because for a second I was like, would I? But I think I would.
Go ahead, Ree.
I can't believe it. I'm like, we might talk about it. We might be able to talk about it and we might have to be like, it would be a unique situation and we might need to like have some space between each other and maybe I need to figure some things out and, return the favor. I don't know, but I feel like, I want to say I would end it, but at this age, I don't know because I'm different now and I think people are people. But you don't just like fall into sex. You don't just like trip and fall and sex somebody. Like it's a build up. It's a moment in time.
Caught up in passion.
You can get caught up in passion, but come on.
Can I ask y'all this? Do you think I feel like women have to correct me if I'm wrong, but as a woman, since we're all women on this set, do you feel like we have a little bit more self-control when it comes to cheating than men do? I feel like men really have, and in their defense, it's hard for them sometimes. It's really hard because they have a penis. And I'm not trying to say it's okay. Doesn't make it okay. If you love somebody and you know it's going to hurt them and devastate them to cheat, don't cheat. Just leave the relationship or don't do it. One or the other, right? But like, in their defense, you know what it's like to have a penis? Like from what I ask guys these questions and they're like, man, when we cheat half the time, it's not because we want that girl. It's because we just want to have sex. That's it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that feels like because as a woman, that's not usually what it's about with women. We don't usually just want to be with somebody to have sex.
Did you hear what she said? See, she comes with these one-liners.
Say it again.
It's like such a classic Capricorn because she's coming
with
these
Capricorn.
She's coming with these
Come on, Capricorn.
She's coming with these one-liners, but they're monotones. So you like almost miss it.
Oh, Shay does the same shit. I'm surprised Shay didn't chime in.
No, you were talking about them leading with their penis, and I'm like, yeah, it's just pumping blood. Like that's all they're thinking about is the blood that's pumping.
It's literally a rush. It's more of a rush for them, I think. And then like women are everywhere. I feel like they have so many more options than us. Like we don't even have as many options.
They're trapped in like a lustful, hard penis. Like it does kind of make sense because not for nothing, when we're pushed all the way turned on, we might have to cut this, but when we're pushed turned on, I mean, there's no slowing us down either. Like honestly, like when I am on, it's on. And they get on a lot faster and a lot. It's on.
I will say the one thing for me that for me that is really hard is when I have like insane chemistry with a person. Like if I'm in a relationship or not, how there's some people that you meet and it's just like you're drawn to that person. Like you feel it. I don't even know how to describe it.
I know what you're talking about. I know a person that I've seen you like that with. I know a person that I've seen you like that with. I ain't gonna say the name though.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, who?
Okay, I ain't gonna say the name. We'll talk after this. But I know I've seen you I've seen that connection. I've seen you have that connection with the person. I ain't gonna say that person's name. Like, they know who they are though.
It's unexplainable.
Yeah, they are unexplainable.
And that I just think doesn't count. That's just the spirit working out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then cheating is a thing. Cheating is a thing. So, and karma is a thing.
Karma is also a thing.
Remember, STDs is a thing.
STDs
HIV is a thing. Like, you can't be out here.
That's not laughable.
Thank God. Thank you, God, that I'm safe. I get tested. By the way, y'all, get tested. Especially if you're out there cheating. Go get tested. Wear a condom. Know your status. All that. Because I don't think people understand another side effect of cheating. Niggas is out here spreading shit. Girls are out here spreading shit too. And we gotta
get rid of.
That's the biggest for me. That's when you can play with people's health that were innocent in this, just because you couldn't control that blood flow to your penis.
True, that blood pumping.
Or ma'am for seducing that guy. And there's a lot of women that seduce because they know that guys it's easy. It's easy to seduce a man. So there's a lot of women out here that are on some succubus shit, and they, but just remember with cheating, there's a lot of STDs out here. So like that to me is the biggest. That's why I don't participate. It's too much out here. It's too much in these streets. Just remember that. Yeah. If you are an avid cheater and proud, just remember that. Condoms break.
I love it.
Condoms
this
break.
This has been a really great conversation. It feels like another session of girl talk, which I love. Does anybody have any final things to say about cougars, polyamory?
I do.
Or oh, let's hear it.
I do. Oh. Speaking of cheating, just want to add this in. I was just watching this interview with Amber Rose and Jason Lee. I don't know if you guys saw that. She handled herself pretty well, but one of the things that stuck out to me was the fact that, because she's in my opinion, she's a very fine ass, naturally beautiful girl.
Oh yeah.
She basically put out there almost every one of the niggas that she was with cheated on her.
It has nothing to do with the badness of the bitch.
You know what I know? Yeah, we've seen.
It has nothing to do with the badness of the bitch. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
And let that, and that just stirs the pot even more, because it's dang, no matter how perfect or pretty or nice I am or how good of a woman, I could still get cheated on for real.
That's why I say, be good to the person you're with, but also be you. Because regardless, if you just know that you stay true to yourself, you can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wait, real quick. Sorry. One more thing. Have any of y'all ever cheated?
Yeah.
I knew this was gonna come up. I knew this.
Raise your hand if you've cheated before. Raise your hand if you've cheated before. Not in anything current, in the past. Not in anything current, not with the person that you love or like now. In the past, have you ever cheated in a previous relationship?
Mine always come with an asterisk of we were on the way out.
Exactly. I wouldn't do it if it was good.
And it's yeah. He already did it first, and I took him back.
Same.
And then I did it. It was the get back. I never did it first.
It was the get back.
Yeah. I have cheated.
I'm not saying it was right, but
be quiet.
Yeah.
I know. I have cheated. It's not something I'm proud of. Maybe once or twice. And
it doesn't really feel good after.
It doesn't feel good after.
It don't feel good after.
It doesn't feel good after at all. But
it's the boomerang of all boomerangs.
It is the boomerang of all boomerangs. But
it is.
I will say that and this is no excuse, but I feel like me personally, if I'm feeling taken care of, loved, respected, it's not an excuse. But I'll just say the times that I did, and again, it's not an excuse, but the times that I did, I don't know that we were necessarily on the way out. I mean, me then probably didn't realize we were on the way out, but me now knows that we were on the way out. It's because I wasn't really being respected or taken care of the way I needed to. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about just loving me as a woman and treating me with respect and all those things. So anytime that I've ever cheated, it hasn't been just a one night stand. It's been I'm not feeling like I'm being, treated the way I'm supposed to be treated. And instead of me being the bigger person and ending it, chemistry,
blood pumped
and went for it. But I've never cheated in this is too much. But I've never cheated to the nth degree in a sense. I've never sexually cheated on
a whole
somebody.
other relationship.
A whole other relationship, a whole other family, or a whole another sex partner. Yeah, I've never done that.
Yeah.
But
I think that's I think what you're saying is the reason why most women in relationships have cheated. It's on the way out. They don't feel respected. They feel neglected. They've already gotten cheated on.
Neglected.
I think a lot of women that have also cheated, that's why they have done it. When I have cheated in past relationships, not this one, because my nigga is not falling for none of that. But in past relationships, that's why I did it. I was being disrespected. Everything that you said, that's what was happening. Sorry, Chala is in the back barking, but I think that's because we're talking about niggas cheating. So maybe there's a little
say, it kind of feels on
point there.
brand. The dogs bark. Yeah, let the dogs bark. Let the dogs bark. Let the dogs bark. Now, that was a great question, Lee. And if anybody doesn't have anything else to say, we can start to wrap this thing up.
I'm sad.
I know. We'll do this more. We will definitely do this more. But I want to first thank you, Mo, for joining the podcast. It has just been a long time coming.
Yay! I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah.
This was everything and more. It was the coolest thing I've done.
It was a beautiful morning together, all of us. And I love when we get together and do girls talk and be on this pod. And I'm just so happy that people continue to listen.
I love it too.
Lee, any last words, Mo and Lee? Anybody?
And Mo, I just gotta big up my girl. I just gotta big up my girl Mo real quick again. Like for real, Philly is really in the house. For real, a real one is really in the house. I mean, I'm talking about the girl that walks in the room with no makeup, so chill, so down to earth, never no problems. Do you remember that one type? I was about to beat a bitch's ass because she had let that shit happen to the dog. Remember the dog that went missing? We had found Gigi. Remember that shit? Gigi. And I'll never forget this. I'm only saying.
Go ahead. Mine is
I was about to beat this bitch's ass because I was like, yo, give me my motherfucking dog. We thought that they stole the dog because Gigi was such a beautiful little puppy, right? And I remember like Mo's presence just grounded me. I looked to my left and she was so grounded. And she just calmed me the fuck down just with her presence. Because she just walked up to the girl and she was like, look, listen, I'm going to just need you to just go ahead. If you didn't steal the dog, just go ahead and get footage. Just, and I just looked at her. I was like, damn, let me calm down. I don't need to beat her ass. Like Mo's just, that earth energy. Like, I just really love this girl, man.
Yeah. I love you guys a lot. We've been through a lot.
We have. We still got a ways. We got a lot more to do.
We're gonna do this all like in person on an island somewhere.
Yes. Miami to start.
Oh yes.
Oh, we should do it in the patio.
Oh yes.
Look at the water one morning.
Oh yes. I can make that happen. That happen. And then me and Shay are definitely going to take a trip to Cali because, Mo and Rhea are in Cali right now. They're East Coast girls on the West Coast now. So me and Shay will meet up with you guys. Yes. You'll see more. Also, please, Mo, because I know a lot of people want to see more of you. They love you, Mo.
Yes,
indeed. Can you please let them know where to follow you, where they can purchase your styling, your outfits? Please plug yourself.
So this is actually perfect, and this is going to light a little fire under my ass. But right now, my Instagram is Mobettaaa with 3 A's at the end. Random. But I am going to be having a website soon that is going to be launching like an overall brand of mine that's going to offer a lot of different services. I'm really excited about it. There's a name and everything. And it's coming. And just start following me now because it's going to be a journey.
We love a journey.
Y'all better book her now if you want to get your stuff made. You better do it now before she's already booked and busy, but you want to have customized outfits tailored to your body, whether you're like this or whether you're a brick house. This girl is the one that you want to go to for real. And I'm not just saying that because she's my friend. She's the truth. Stop playing. Stop playing with Mobettaaa.
With her.
Listen, I can't see what this podcast does. It's only up, man. I'm excited.
I love it. All right, y'all. With that, don't forget to follow us on IG. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Millennial.Besties. We're on TikTok too for the TikTokers, yes. Millennial.Besties. It's been real. It's been such a great episode. I'm so glad that everybody was able to get together. Other than that, I think it's
tune in every other Wednesday for a new episode.
Every other Wednesday.
It's been real. Bye.
And like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Bye, guys.
Bye.